Hey Matt, thank you for taking the time to join me today. We are going to go over Transact, which is Team Velocity's digital retailing tool. And I'm going to share a little bit about it, how it works, how it functions on the website, and kind of the difference between our digital retailing tool and the common tools that are out there, whether it's the OEM tools or third-party tools, and why it's better and how it helps create low funnel leads for dealers and makes a seamless shopping experience for the customer where other tools don't provide that. So I'm going to jump through. I'm not going to show any slideshows. I'm just going to jump right into a live site and kind of show you how it operates and show you the difference in, our tool versus the competitors' tools. So I'm using a Mercedes site as an example. As you can see here, I'm on the SRP page. Let's just choose a GLC as an example. Looks like they have plenty in stock. And right off the bat, you can see right here the buy online button. I'm not going to click that just to show you on the SRP, but we're going to go to the VDP of the vehicle. So right here, you've got your payment options. You got the lease, you got the finance, you got the cash. It gives you a payment, the terms, breakdown. All this is, subject to credit and, so forth. Cash option, having worked at a dealership and not a lot of people enjoy the cash option, but it is available. And so as you can see here, I'm not signed in. So this is just a customer facing, whether it's a first time visitor or a returning visitor that chose not to sign into the Team Velocity website, this is what they would see. So if I want to take this a little step further, other just playing with, the numbers here and the down payment, you could toggle less money down. It's automatically going to adjust in real time if you have a trade in, the terms and whatnot. So I'm going to jump in and say buy online. Before I click buy online, I do want to emphasize that you can change the CTA call to action, whether you wanted to say explore payments, get lease payment today, whatever, workflow verbiage that you want there, we can absolutely change that for you. So if I click on buy online now, one second here. Sorry about that. It's going to take me into the interface. So as you can see, we got the vehicle of choice here. We've got your payment options. In this scenario, I'm going to choose a lease payment. I'm a big lease guy, so in years past and with other tools, it's kind of like a false front on the actual term that you're getting. You see the advertised lease price and it says does not exclude or does not include drive off or whatever fees. This tool is pretty accurate on the actual payment that you'll receive. Obviously, it's based on credit if you're tier one, tier two, higher tiers. The city that you live in based on the taxes and the fees that go along with the drive off. Any dock fees and all that might be subject to change within a couple dollars, $10, $15, but you're going to get a pretty accurate payment based on your credit score that you'll provide. If you have a trade in, it'll update that payment in real time and give you a pretty accurate number. So when you go through this process that I'm about to show you and you submit your information, you have a pretty good understanding of what your payment should be when you're talking to the dealership. There's no curveballs, there's no surprises when you get to the dealership and your payment's $100 more expensive, which again, I've worked on the retail side. I know the frustration that customers have when they come in expecting a payment and the payment's not even close to what they expected. This tool eliminates a lot of that frustration because it's got all the information and all the inputs that you need to pencil out your own deal and get to that number that you're trying to get to so you can, make a decision if you're going to buy the car or not. So again, let's start off with the lease payment. As you can see, the vehicle's here. If you'd like to, get a full breakdown, again, I haven't gone through the process yet, but just to show you, the breakdown, the MSRP, the selling price, your down payment, the terms, the mileage, excess lease mileage, the residual, deposition, acquisition fees, like all the information is right there front and center. So let's click out of that and just going through this process. Again, I'm a big lease guy, so never recommend putting a lot of money down on a lease. So in this case, I'll split the bear, let's say $1,000 down on a lease. I'm going to go through, I'm a big believer in 36-month leases, so I'm going to adjust that. I drive a lot at my job, 15,000 miles per year. Additional incentives. So you may or may not qualify for this. Again, this is where the number might not be the exact number based on your qualifications. If you're a conquest customer, if you have college rebate or military, whatever, these additional incentives would be available here. Again, you might not qualify for it, but you can pencil it directly into the deal. You'll see that when I go back to the details where here's the incentive. If I click out of it, oh, I don't qualify for it. Let's click it out and automatically adjust in the payment. The trade tool, very cool. So this is the KBB trade-in. It's plugged into the site. It's not iframed where you got to go outside of the website. It's all penciled into this configuration. So I drive a Volkswagen Atlas, so I'm going to put Volkswagen, go through here just to give you an example of how this works. I got a ton of miles on this car already. And my zip code, 94526. Don't know why I put a 9 there, sorry. So we're going to get a KVB trade-in tool in real time. So let's just choose this option. It's black. Everyone says their vehicle's in the best condition. Let's say very good. I lease it. They're going to ask what my current payment is, remaining payments, let's say 17. Continue. Again, this is just getting all the details for the dealership so that you can get an accurate number, the dealership can get an accurate number, and there's no surprises. If I said I own the lease outright and they gave me a configuration on the payment, and I go to the dealership and they say, hey, wait, you have 17 more payments, it changes the whole deal. So again, having everything up front, making it as easy as possible for the consumer and the dealer to help structure this deal. So when you come in there, it's pretty much, here's my driver's license, my insurance, let's get the car pulled up and let's go. All right, so we put in the lease. We're going to go through, and again, if you don't have a trade, I'm just showing you this example. You can always click I don't have a trade. So just for kicks, I don't have a trade. It'll automatically take that out. I live in Danville, so it wants to make sure it gets all the appropriate taxes and fees. You do have the option of removing the taxes and fees just to kind of again see how the payments all pencil out. Let's go back to the pricing details just to see the changes I've made. It's got my mileage, my terms, down payment, due at signing, it's calculating all the fees. Again, deposition, acquisition fees are all up to date. Taxes and fees are in there. Credit score, say I'm at a 750 last time I checked. And here's the cool part. We have a no impact credit score where we don't require a social security number. So if I go in here, put in my information, 30378, SW Hill. And the reason why this is really cool is this is giving you a real idea of what you qualify for. Everyone and their mother thinks that they have an 800 credit score and they have perfect credit, but you might have a collections or something on there that you're not aware about that you actually a 620 in the credit score. This is doing a soft credit pull, so it's not going to take your social. As you notice, I never asked me to put my social in there. I'm going to get a one-time code real quick, put that code in, and the code is 49083. And validate the code. So now all my information is in there. We're doing a pre-qualification on my estimate my score. Another thing that people realize when they come into the dealerships is you get sold hard in the finance office. They call it the box. You go in there, hey, do I want maintenance? Do I want extended warranty? In this case, on a lease, usually maintenance is covered, but let's just add it in there. Again, in real time, it's going to update the payment. I don't want it right now. We'll click it off. So it's getting ready to do a checkout. Hey, I'm ready to go. The payment looks great. 36 months, 15,000 miles per year. Do I want to continue with this? Yes, I do. Or you could save it and come back and go to your kid's soccer game and the information will still be there. But in this case, I have time. I'm going to check out. This is where it gets great. Do you want it delivered to your house? Some dealers have this functionality where they set it up. They have a delivery specialist. They'll bring the contract to you. You do all the paperwork at your house. Other times people want to come into the dealership, or you can toggle this off where you just don't even have that as an option and you just have at the dealership as the only option. So in this case, we'll do that. I'm available this weekend. What time? Let's choose 11 a.m. Click next. Here's my information. Everything looks great. I'm going to get another PIN. Put the PIN in just to validate I'm not getting scammed. 66934. Click validate. And here we go. My delivery specialist is Dave. Now this information is going through to the dealership as a as good as you can get lead. It's got my information, the vehicle of choice, the lease payment, the term, the down payment, city, all the taxes, all the fees. Obviously, there's some missing fees that I talked about where it could be doc fee or situational fees within the state that you live in that may adjust the payment a little bit. But the dealer has as clean of a deal as you can get. They already pre-qualified me through Equifax. They know I qualify for tier one or tier two. No issues there. I click finish and I'm essentially in their system, done deal, ready to go. This, I tell you, is one of the cleaner digital retailing tools out there. I know a lot of people in today's world look at like the Carvanas, which is their whole system. They don't have brick and mortar stores, so they are 100% retail where you can physically buy your car online. I like to compare this to the little brother, little sister of Carvana, where it's about a 99, 98% process similar to theirs where you can do the whole deal online. Again, if the dealers allow you to do the delivery, you can do that at home and they'll bring you the paperwork in the car. But for the most part, this tool is as close as you can get to that. And I know there's a bunch of retailing tools out there. Again, I worked on the retail side for a long time where the OEMs are pushing their buy now, where it takes you off the site, the roadsters and whatnot, and it's just not as clean and it's not as user friendly. Whereas the Transact tool gives you all the capabilities. It's not only just a digital retailing tool, it's a lead provider. And if you're using our full suite of products where you can see, Scott Hill was on the website at 10:53 last night playing around with the different vehicles and the payments going back from lease to finance. That allows you to have the warmest conversation with myself or whoever the customer is, saying, "Hey, Scott, I saw that you're playing around with the payment. Is there a payment that you're trying to be at?" Versus, "Hey, let's have a third-party digital retailing tool and it doesn't integrate with the DMS, it doesn't integrate with the CRM, and you have to go through their portal to see the customer's journey. It's an extra step that is not necessary. This tool is all embedded within the website. It allows a seamless transaction for the customer. The dealer can have the warmest of warm leads, which in today's world, it's instant gratification. And I use this saying all the time, time kills deals. Why make it challenging for the customer to go through the buying process or the payment process of can they qualify for this card? Does the payment match what their budget is? We've done that with Transact. And as you can see how easy and simple it really is to function with this tool, it's one of the better tools out there. And I can honestly say, as a dealer, you will see that instantaneously. You will see the deal alerts that come through with someone playing with the payment and you can identify like, hey, this customer's trying to make it work. I can notice that their payments, the max payment's $400. Maybe this isn't the right car, but I have a used car that would work for them. That's the conversation and the type of paper trail that you'll have with Transact. So I hope that explains the tool a little bit. I appreciate your time today and I look forward to working with you.